Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. This is my first planner update of 2025 and I'm really excited to dive in because I actually have a lot of updates this month and I also have a new fountain pen to show you. I'm a little bit low energy currently just because we did the Q1 subscription slot openings and there was a lot of stuff surrounding that. Anyways, let's get into it. This is my reading journal and based on your comments, I plan on making a full video dedicated to my reading journal for next week. I made a video maybe 2 years ago about it, but I have changed the way I do things. So I will do an updated one next week. And I am very pleased to say that I finished a book in January. I am not one of those people who can read like 50 books a year. So one finished book a month is already a pretty big accomplishment for me. The book that I finished was Notes from Underground and it was a solid 5 stars for me. Although like a lot of Russian classics, it makes me question my entire existence. So I don't know if I should have started my year with this book, but I really enjoyed it. And I took quite a bit of notes. And then immediately after, I started The Post Office Girl by ᴍɪᴛ Zwick. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the last name. I was wondering why his name was so familiar, and I realized that he actually wrote one of my favorite short stories. So yeah, I was very excited to get started on this, and I am about a quarter through, and I am loving it so far. So really excited to finish this hopefully in February, and maybe I will start another book in February as well. So that is all I have to say about that. Next is my Hobonichi Weeks, which I use as a health and fitness journal. So the actual weeks are gonna look pretty much the same, but I'm very excited to show you all of the note pages that I have added because I think in my last update I didn't have any of this. But first, this is my year at a glance, which I'm using to track my step count and my workouts. And I swear I do this every single year. So they have the numbers to the side and then the days of the week on each of the columns. But then just like by instinct, I always accidentally shade in the number, at least in January. And I was like, I gotta stop doing this, oh my gosh. And then I did it again. So I was like, dude, I still have to write in my monthly average, but so far so good. I think this is where I left off last time. Yeah, I haven't changed my layout at all since starting in November. And I think that's a good thing. I'm happy that I found a layout that works for me right away. And I usually just pick a color and base everything off that. So we have yellow, pink. This is something that I was trying with primary colors. Not sure if I like it though. This is a little bit of foreshadowing. I was supposed to do a long run, but I only ran 1.7 miles because I felt like something was off. And then following that, I'm currently still working through a running injury. Lots of green, and I use the tea time washi tape. And then, yeah, this is this current week, which I have yet to fully fill out. So yeah, this is all pretty much the same. And then I will show you my note pages. This is the table of contents. I might add more later in the year. So the first thing that I added is my last cleaned tracker. As I have mentioned, I recently moved into my own townhouse, so I am doing a lot of cleaning. And for things that I don't clean every week, like for example, the blinds or the stair railings, stuff like that, I want to keep track of when I last cleaned them so that nothing goes too long without being cleaned. So that is my idea for that. I left a lot of space for that because I clean every week. Okay, and then I have a section for my 2025 health and fitness goals, which I have not achieved anything so far. So I have an hour on the Stairmaster, 1 single push-up, 1 single pull-up, run a half marathon, take a Pilates class, a 3-minute plank, take a dance class, go on a hike, and stay alive. So if I achieve something, I'm gonna check it off, and then maybe I can write some notes on the side. So there is that. And then this is my section for quotations and advice. So yeah, just like things that I find to be profound, and I want to keep it somewhere. This is where I plan to put it. And then I have a section for travels. So I will be going to Chicago in March and then London in May. And then I do have, I believe, one other trip which I haven't shared about yet, but I will make announcements as soon as I know. Anyways, I feel like with most traveling, there are like a certain set of items that you're always going to bring, like passport, charger, stuff like that. So I made this overall checklist, and that way I don't have to make a new packing list every single time. So I'm just going to check it on each of the grid squares. And then I have a dedicated page for Chicago and a dedicated page for London. I get very anxious about traveling and I need like a full schedule. So I have like when I'm gonna leave the house, when the flight's gonna board, etc. Down here, I will put things that I need to pack specific to this trip and any other notes that I have, I suppose. For London, this is gonna be a red-eye flight, so I just made an indicator of that. And I think that's it. Still a lot of pages left, so I can add more things as time goes on. And then the last page, this is my 100 page, which is where I'm supposed to keep track of my running, and the idea is that I want to do 100 runs this year. A flaw is that I run basically every day, almost every day. Evidently, in January, I ran 25 days. So yeah, I don't think this is enough for the entire year, but I guess that's a good thing. So that is all I have to say about my Hobonichi Weeks. And this is, again, I'm just so happy that I have finally found a use for the Hobonichi Weeks that actually works for me. All right, last but not least, I have my Hobonichi Cousin, and somewhere in between I will show you the new fountain pen that I got. Very excited. This is my January monthly, pretty full. It looks a little bit cluttered after the month is over, but yeah, I like how this looks. And then this is February, which I just filled out today, so it's pretty empty and there is a lot of potential. I also doodled some lavender in the space down there. So there's that. This is just where I keep track of my major deadlines and important events and appointments. I think this is where I left off last time. This is like a furniture theme. And then I used the Helen's Sketchbook washi with pops of pink. Oh my gosh, January was such a weird, long and weird month. I just remembered this was a week I went on like a bunch of different dates, and that has been completely erased from my memory. So strange. Okay, and then here I used the Fruits and Veggies washi, very bright and fun. I did a plan with me on this, I think last week. This is a self-care sort of theme. And then this is this current week, which is Lunar New Year on Wednesday. And I had dinner with my parents. I used the Lunar Skies washi, which is so pretty. These are adorable cat stickers, which one of my customers sent me, so I just stuck them to the bottom. They don't really match the colors of the Lunar Skies washi, but I think it still looks good. I haven't really planned much of today because I have been very busy with the subscription stuff. So yeah, that is it. So far, so good. I wrote all of the daily prompts on here so that I can easily reference it. And if you're interested in following along, it is published on my website. So for January 1st, I always say I don't pressure myself to fill out the spreads in full, but for the first day of the year, I really did want to make this a nice and full spread. So there's that. On the 2nd, my best friend came over and we had sushi, which was really nice. This is a little doodle of a yogurt bowl and some little bows. This is very special because, okay, so I used to follow this account. Her account is Allison Ceramics, and this was several years ago. She does beautiful ceramics and pottery, and I've just always been in awe of her. She stopped posting for maybe a few years, I don't know, and I guess I kind of just like forgot about her. And then last year, I found her account again on TikTok, just like really randomly. She does some different content now, more about like food, and we kind of started chatting again, and she sent me one of her bowls that she made. You know what? Let me grab it. Okay, so this is a bowl that she sent me. It is so pretty. I use it almost every day, and it's very special because not only is this something that I can't really buy and it's handmade by her, but also because like she is someone who I have looked up to for a few years. So yeah, very special. Is this the beginning? Yeah, I think this begins my week of going on random dates. I don't know what came over me, but yeah, on this day I went to Coaster's Coffee. I doodled some random flowers. This coffee spot was really good. On this day I noticed I hit 100K on TikTok. I think it was actually 101 because I just didn't notice. So it's still a little bit of a pinch me sort of thing. I am a very normal person, and I don't like to be perceived as someone like a public figure. So I don't know. Anyways, what happened here? I was making like a flowchart of what I needed to do to convert all of the subscriptions. That probably doesn't make too much sense. These are some doodles that I did for the tutorial. I didn't want to throw it away, so I saved it. This was, I think, another date. Oh yeah, this is another date. Okay, and then on this day I had a spiral. So lovely. I really like the light blue and black combo. But yeah, on this day I booked my tickets to Chicago and London, which I was very excited about, obviously. This was a very busy and productive day. Did some design work, went on a run, cleaned the house, and then more design work. Sunday I hosted dinner, and these were more doodles from the tutorial. What happened here? Oh yes, so I went to the gym as I normally do. Everything was normal, and then when I got back, the power was shut off for my townhouse, and I checked like the outage maps and it was just me. So I was very confused, and turns out I didn't properly set up my BC Hydro account, which is like the power thing here in British Columbia. So they shut my power off, and I felt like a failure of an adult. I'm just kidding, but yeah, that was an interesting day. I was playing more with the primary colors. On this day, I was feeling very low energy because I had a meeting surrounding like finances and accounting. It was a very long meeting, very far away. So between traffic and speaking with several people for like 3 hours, I felt very, very, very drained. And then I have to talk about this. So this was around the time where the talk about the TikTok ban was happening. Let me zoom you in. Anyways, I posted a video of my spread, and my good friend Cindy commented, like, why are we using the same color palette every week? This is getting scary. And then I commented back because I'm her Chinese spy. I don't know if you get the reference, and I don't know if anybody else will find this funny, but this is like one of my proudest jokes. Okay, I will stop talking about that. Moving on. Excellent. This is when I can show you my new fountain pen. I present to you my new fountain pen. This is my very first Aurora fountain pen. I think I have concluded that Italians make my favorite fountain pens. I don't want to be too repetitive, but The context behind this purchase was I was having a very rough few days, and instead of healthily coping, I did some impulsive shopping to make myself feel better. So yeah, not my proudest purchase, but I am glad that I have this now, and I'm definitely going to cherish it and use it. For the pens that I own, I try to get things that are very distinct from one another. Like, I don't want a single pen in 10 different colors. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I know people like to collect different models and stuff, but just for me personally, I prefer to buy like distinct pens. So one of the types of pens that I wanted to get was like a wooden pen, but there just aren't a lot of wooden pens out there that I like. So this was actually like a really lucky find, because although this is marble, I don't know if you can see, but it resembles wood grain. So it's super cool. I will try to get some close-up shots. This also came with an ink, and it's a beautiful match. I'm feeling a little bit shaky, so my handwriting's not the best currently, but this is probably the smoothest pen that I own. Like, as soon as I tried it for the first time, I just felt something in my body. Like, it was so smooth, and yeah, I just love this so much. Anyways, this is the day that I got the pen, and I bought it from Appelboom. They are amazing, and they also tune the nibs for you, so it writes super well right out of the box. And it came packaged with this like craft paper that has like navy splatters, so I kind of pulled from that, and I used like brown and navy for the overall theme. Okay, this was January 18th. This was actually my sister's birthday, but we decided to celebrate on Sunday instead. But this was the day we did like ⴘᴅᴅᴜᴜᴜ, like a clearance sale, and it was very crazy. At the peak, there were 367 emails in the inbox, not 367 total. I would estimate between me and Sophia, who is my assistant, I think we probably responded to over 1,000 emails on this day. It is a little bit mind-boggling. And as you can see, I kind of broke my usual layout of having the to-do list and all of that. I will often adjust the way I do things to fit whatever circumstance. And on this day, I just didn't have many things on my to-do list. All I did was literally just respond to emails. With that being said, I want to quickly mention, I have gotten like people apologizing for sending email and stuff like that, even though like I draw this like emoji that's like super stressed and all of that. Please do not ever feel bad for sending an email. It is literally my job, and I'm supposed to help. So just like how one might complain to their coworker about their job, I complained in my journal. Anyways, moving on to Sunday. Again, we had my sister's birthday dinner. I used the vertical washi from the Q1 subscription, and I definitely want to do more vertical washis this year. I think I got into it last year, but I haven't done too much with it. I think it looks really unique, and it's good for time blocking in the weekly section if you want to. Okay, then on this day I wanted to set up my traveler's notebook, so I was brainstorming some ideas on what I wanted to use the inserts for. I got an order from Taroko Design. They make some of my favorite notebooks for fountain pens, so I placed another order for that. I had a sushi night on this day, and this was like the label that the restaurant included. Alright, this was a heavy design day, and this is when I finished Notes from Underground and I started The Post Office Girl. These are some scraps I saved from the doodling tutorial. Okay, I have to show you this. I love this doodle. Me having a good day, and that emoji is like creeping up, and it's my brain. 1 pimple gone, 3 arrive. So wonderful. And then here I made a little legend of the tiny icons. I wanted to actually define what each of them is going to be for, so there's that. This is the Chinese zodiac washi tape, and this is like the one time of the year that I can use it, so I had to use it on 2 pages. Although, like, because I made it on a light pink. I feel like it can be used any time of the year. It's like universal enough. Oh yes, so I thought that my parents and I agreed to have dinner on Wednesday, but it was actually Tuesday. So that's why I said, or rather I wrote, a planner who can't plan. But yeah, my parents, thankfully they didn't get started on dinner yet, so we still had it on Wednesday. Oh, and then a lovely customer of mine, she sent me some TWSBIs and some washi tapes, which, yeah, it's over here. And then I also got another kind care parcel from a customer. I don't know if I should say the names, so I'll just keep it private for now, but it really makes my day, so thank you so much. These letters look really wonky because, oh, let me grab it. This is a nifty thing from 괘괏ᴜ. So these are like interchangeable stub nibs. It like screws in and it takes a cartridge, and it's super cool. I have been wanting to practice with stub nibs, so I thought I would get something relatively affordable. I think this was like 20 bucks, and I think this would be a good way to practice. And evidently I need a lot of practice because this is very wonky. And again, these are some washi tapes that one of my lovely customers sent me. I think this busy day writing looks decent, so maybe I am getting better. And then this is a washi. It's really pretty foil. So that is it for January, and then I will also show you the back. So this is a little update for my fruits and veggies tracker. So initially when I did my Hobonichi Cousin setup, I said that every single time I eat a produce item with a sticker, I'm gonna stick it down, write what it is and the date. But I quickly realized that that was very ambitious and infeasible because like most of my diet is fruits and veggies, so it's gonna like fill up very quickly, and I'm definitely gonna forget to save all of the stickers. So I think something a little bit more doable is just collecting all of the different stickers, if that makes sense. So I have a lot of apples, avocado, yellow dragon fruit, kiwi, and I think that's, oh, I have a pear as well. This is my favorite one. I got a Fuji apple, which it says top quality on there, but it was not top quality. It was very crunchy, but there was no flavor whatsoever, and I was genuinely offended by that fruit. So there's that. And then this is my empties page, and so far I have finished 2 things: my CeraVe day cream and 100 pills of medication. There's really no like super functional purpose for this, but I think it's fun to keep track of, and also it really motivates me. I want to add more to this, so it's like motivating me to actually use all of my products and also realize that I don't need 5 different moisturizers, you know. Really excited to add more to this throughout the year. And I think that's basically it for this video. I skipped on showing the pocket bullet journal and the commonplace notebook because I don't have too many updates for this month. I will probably show it next month. And also, again, I am very low energy right now, so I don't really want to record for too long. So yeah, I will catch up with you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye.